The video reached me before this news did. It was Chief Afolayan, my former client. He was lying in a hospital bed looking weak and tired. His voice shook a little, but his words were clear.
I killed Dio.
Just like that. 2 words that broke 10 years of silence. I watched that video twice. I couldn't believe it. I had been the family's lawyer back then. The one who handled all their private matters. The one they called when trouble started. When Dio died 10 years ago, I was the one who prepared the papers that said it was an accident. Now the same man who signed those papers was confessing to murder. Before the day ended, reporters started calling me. They wanted my comment, but I had no answers. I only had questions. That night, I went to my old office and pulled out the old file. It was dusty but still there. The file marked Dio Afolayan, case closed 2014. I opened it slowly. The report said he died from electric shock while using the washing machine. No autopsy. No second check. The case was closed in just 2 days. Even then, it had felt rushed. I decided to go back to the mansion. The guards still knew me. I was the one who wrote their contracts years ago. They didn't ask questions. They just opened the gate. The house looked exactly the same. Same furniture, same smell of polish, same quiet air. Only the people had changed. Madame Eunice, the chief's wife, met me at the door. She held my hand and said,
Amaka, please. My husband has found peace. Let him rest.
Her mouth said peace, but her shaking hand said fear. At the top of the stairs, I saw Tenny, Dio's widow. She didn't cry. She just stood there, calm but cold.
Did you watch the video?
Yes, I said.
Then you know he's telling the truth.
Her words came too quickly, too perfect. It sounded like something she had rehearsed. I couldn't sleep that night. All I could think about was that night 10 years ago, the night Dio died. There had been heavy rain, a blackout, shouting inside the house. By morning, they said Dio had died from electric shock in the basement. It was my signature that helped the story stay that way. Now, that same signature felt like a curse. I decided to find people who were still around that time. People who saw or heard things they never talked about. The first person I went to was Mama Ife, the old maid. She had worked for that family her whole life. When I sat down, she poured me tea she didn't even drink. Then she said quietly,
That night, when the light went off, I heard something like someone pulling something heavy. In the morning, they said Dio died by shock. Chief said accident, and police agreed.
Did you believe him? I asked. She shook her head.
Belief is for people who can afford it. We just obey.
Later that night, I watched the video again. The interviewer asked the chief, why now? Why confess after all these years? Chief looked straight into the camera.
Because peace is expensive. I had to protect my family.
That word protect stayed in my mind. Protect who? Protect from what? The next day I met Segun, the chief's first son. He was now running the company, sitting in a glass office that faced the lagoon. He said,
Amaka, you want to open old wounds?
I want to understand them, I replied. He leaned back.
Understand this, Dio was a thief. He stole millions from me. But I didn't kill him. I could have, but I didn't. But I didn't.
He showed me some documents, fake transfers in Dio's name. I could tell he wanted me to live with that story. To him, truth was something to manage, not to tell. Then I went to Auntie Bisi, Chief's elder sister. She welcomed me with fruit juice and pity. She said,
My brother was too kind. That boy Dio beat Tenny, embarrassed us, caused problems. Maybe his death was just God's way of saying enough.
I asked if she knew how he died. She smiled slightly.
When a man ignores warnings, accidents help him listen.
Even she was scared of the truth she pretended not to know. That night I found Toby, Tenny's cousin. He was drunk and restless. He said,
I left before anything happened.
But the guard's logbook said his car moved around 1 a.m.
Look,
he said, shaking.
Dio slapped Tenny at dinner. Everyone was angry. The light went off. I left. I didn't see anything.
He looked like someone hiding behind fear, not lies. Still, something didn't fit. So I went back to the mansion. This time I walked straight to the laundry room. The towels were clean, the washing machine replaced, everything in order, but the wall socket looked odd. The plastic around it had melted. I knelt and touched the plug. It didn't feel like a place where someone died accidentally. It felt arranged, too neat, too controlled. That's when it hit me. Dio didn't die there. He was placed there. I knew then I needed to talk to someone who knew Chief's heart. So I went to see Pastor Daniel, his spiritual advisor. He looked tired, like a man who had seen too much truth. Pastor, I said, did Chief tell you anything before that video? He nodded slowly. He said,
A man can carry any sin if it means saving his blood.
I thought he was talking about Segun, but now I'm not sure. He picked up his Bible and opened to a page he had underlined. Love covers a multitude of sins. He told me to read this verse at his funeral. The pastor said quietly. That was it. Love covers. That's what he meant by protection. The next morning, I went back to the mansion. This time, Tenny let me in without a word. She sat on the same bed where the confession video had been recorded. The curtains were drawn. The room smelled of old perfume and dust. Tenny, I said, I know he didn't die in that laundry room. She looked up at me.
You always find what you shouldn't,
She said softly. I just want the truth. She sighed and opened a small box beside her. Inside was a letter, yellowed, folded carefully. She handed it to me. Read it. It was written in Chief's handwriting. If you are reading this, it means I'm gone. Don't let him carry this forever. Tell the truth only when he's ready. I looked up at her. Who is he?
Our son, come see.
My heart dropped. What happened, Tenny? She stared at the wall for a long time before she spoke.
That night there was shouting again. Dio had been drinking. Kamsi was upstairs. He heard me screaming. When the lights went off, he came downstairs. I didn't know he was even awake.
She paused, trying to steady her breath.
When Dio pushed me, Kamsi picked up something. The hairdryer. He thought the current would scare his father. But the wire was already wet. The shock threw Dio across the floor. Kamsi panicked and ran.
I sat there frozen.
When we found Dio's body, Chief realized what happened. He told the police it was an accident. Later, when Kamsi couldn't sleep and started talking in his dreams, Chief made up his mind. He said, let me carry this one. The boy is still a child.
She looked at me, eyes wet but calm.
Amaka, he confessed to protect Kamsi, not himself. That's what he meant by peace.
I sat quietly. My mouth was dry. For 10 years, the truth had been buried under one man's guilt and another man's silence. I left the mansion in the evening. The guards didn't look at me. The air around that place felt heavy, like secrets still lived there. That night, I deleted all my notes. People say confession brings freedom, but they never talk about the ones who must live with it afterward. The case was never reopened. No one got arrested. The video became old news, another headline lost in Lagos noise. But sometimes, when I drive past that house, I see the lights flicker just once like a warning. And I remember Chief's last words. Peace is expensive. He died wearing the name of a killer. But maybe that was the only way to save his family from destroying itself. And I still wonder, even now, if silence can save a family, what does it take away from the soul that keeps it?